Hello and welcome to the 7th playthrough. It's Lara, Croft and the Temple of Osiris. This is going to be a little different playthrough to anything I've done. Simply because it's a very different game to anything I've done so far. It's very much more action orientated. I also started it, annoyingly. I think it was around just before I did Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. I tried to do a couple of recordings and the sound was god-awful, which is actually what made me get the microphone. So in a way we got this game to thank for it. So I'm going to start it again. I really didn't get very far. I finished the very first sort of tutorial temple area and got into the main hub and explored that just a tiny bit. And that was it. That was it basically. So yeah, we're in a really good place at the minute. Got the microphone, got a good resolution going on. Graphics at the moment. Not perfect by any means, but apart from that, we're in a fucking great place. We've got a good piece of software now that actually records the microphone that I'm using. Yeah, fantastic. Everything is in a really good place. So let's jump right in. Obviously, when I first recorded this, I knew nothing about the game. Now, obviously, I know a little bit more. It's a much more interesting game than I thought it would be. Much more enjoyable as well. For some reason, I thought it was going to be quite a boring playthrough. Yeah. But actually, it's a really interesting game. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Obviously, I know nothing more past the HUD area, really.
In Egyptian mythology, the god King Osiris unified the kingdoms and ruled with wisdom and justice over the whole of Egypt, until he was killed by his brother, the usurper Set. Osiris's wife, the goddess Isis, recovered her husband's lifeless body. Using the power within the staff of Osiris, she returned him to the world, but only long enough to conceive a son, Horus. When Set learned of her actions, he stole the staff and used its power to imprison Isis and Horus. Then he seized the reanimated form of Osiris, tore his body into pieces, and scattered them across the land
totally
until he ruled Egypt unopposed.
Which happened last time as well.
As his kingdom declined, he descended to the underworld, Duat, in search of greater power. But Osiris alone possessed the power to return from Duat, and without the staff, Set found himself trapped for eternity. The Temple of Osiris remained sealed for thousands of years until I discovered a way inside. But I was not alone. Carter Bell, a rising star in archaeology, was also in search of the staff. The lost staff of Osiris was inside. With our prize so close, the race was on.
Beat him.
Carter, wait!
Ha! Not this time, Croft.
But it was too late. The staff was a trap, and the temple a prison. Carter and I were cursed.
We owe you our thanks, travelers. You have freed us from our prison. But you are now marked for judgment.
Oh, snap.
You do not have much time. Duat, the realm of the dead, awaits. I am Isis, and this is my son, Horus. We are the last of the old gods who stood against Set. If you wish to live, we must escape this temple and find the pieces of Osiris.
One thing I will say is this game is...
The trap that kept us bound here has marked you and summoned Amit, Eater of
Shut
Hearts.
up.
She will burrow from beneath the earth to find you, and you will face the judgment of Anubis. Take the staff. With its power, I can give you guidance no matter how far apart we are. Hurry, mortal. You are not safe here.
Shut up. This is what a good Tomb Raider game would be like. Don't get me wrong, I really love the recent reboot. It's great. Way too much combat for my liking. How do we use it? I can't remember how I use anything. No, that's a grenade. Ow! Dude, I don't know how to use it. I know it'll tell me in a second. Oh, fucking grenade again. Okay, I need that health already. Yeah. this is kind of more classic. And I won't get to play the second sort of reboot of the reboot ones until ages, because I don't have an Xbox One. I've only got a PS4 console-wise. Another quick thing I'll say just before we move. Yeah, right. Is that I really did wonder how this game was going to work. Should we just turn the brightness up just a tad? Oh, it's really quite high already. Maybe it needs adjusting on here. Sorry, just quickly. Where is it? Oh, obviously, I'm really new to this, so... there we go. Okay, that should be a little better, hopefully. Fresh. Okay. Is that any better? Okay. One thing I will say is that I really wondered how the co-op would work in this game. And actually, it really works well without... Because, I mean, as in without the co-op, sorry. It really works well without the co-op. I thought there's something there. Unfortunately, I now can't see if it's capturing or not. I've got to hope that it is. Many vases contain treasures.
What is that? The mark of Set. He is still trapped in Duat, but he can extend his power into our world. These marks must be destroyed wherever we find them.
Set's a dick. Right. I'm going to make this like an incredibly small part. Because I'm really worried it's not working.